time, we will discuss all about the chain rule of differentiation. So a function is composite if you can write it as f of g of x. So this is the template for a composite function. In other words, it is a function within a function or a function of a function. The chain rule tells us how to solve or how to find the derivative of a composite function. So the chain rule says the derivative of a composite function is equal to the derivative of the outside function times the derivative of the inside function. Okay, so let's have an example. Okay, so in your handouts, okay, medyo wa ni nalirite. So this is y equals 3x plus 1 to the power of 2. So this is your function. Okay, so notice this function is in the form, if you check this one, this is y equals, if you let this 3x plus 1 as one variable, let's say z, okay, so this is somewhat y equals z squared. Okay, so by looking at this one, this can be used as we can apply basic differentiation in exponent rule, okay, power rule. Okay, so let's have first the power rule of this uh, function. So the first derivative, okay, so let's say rewrite first, let 3x plus 1 squared. Okay, the power rule states that take the function, I take the exponent of the variable, which is 2, so you have the y prime. Okay, take the 2, i-multiply ninyo dari sa iyahang gawas, which is, you have now 2. Let's say this one is, pasagdalan mo na siya as one variable, so you have 3x plus 1. Okay, the 2 there is, minusan na to 1 nga exponent is, exponent na lang niya is 1. Okay, so that is an example of the derivative of the outside function as a whole. Okay, so murag let's say this one, kaning y equals, murag atong gibuhat is, you have the y prime is equivalent to, take the 2z. Okay, 2 there, gimultiply na to dari sa iyang first, which is 1, so 2 si z, dayon ang exponent ni z is 2 minus 1, so you have 2z to the power of 1. So murag ginana ang nahitabo dari sa to ang original function. Okay, but remember, wa patanahuman kay this is only the derivative of the outside function. This time, the derivative of your inside function, which is the 3x plus 1. Okay, what is the derivative of 3x plus 1? Remember, the derivative of 3x plus 1 is only 3. Okay, the derivative of 3x is 3, the derivative of 1 is 0. So, 3 na dyan nabilin. So, this time, simplify. So, you have the y prime equals 3 times 2. You have the 6 times 3x plus 1. You have simplify further, distribute 6 times 3x. You have the 18x. 6 times 1, you have 6. Okay. So, this is now your derivative of your function. So, this is an example of a chain rule using power rule. Okay. Another example is, okay, so wala na po siya na kita. So, this is, in your handouts, this is y equals sine of 5x. So, this is a trigonometric example of a function. Okay, if you look on the outside, this is somewhat similar to y equals the sine of z. Una-una lang si 5x z. So, the derivative of sine is cosine of z. Di ba? So, inana na Japan. So, for example, this one, you have the y equals sine of 5x. So, the derivative of sine is the cosine of 5x. This time lang, this is only the derivative of the outside. This time, pakitaan po na to ang derivative of 5x. So, the derivative of 5x is simply equal to 5. Okay? So, common mistake sa estudyante is si 5, ginamultiply nila sa 5x. No, this is si 5x is napasulod ni cosine. So, si 5 is i-multiply sa cosine. Therefore, kanang 5 diha is ibutang sa pinakauna. 5 ka cosine of 5x. Okay? And that is now your derivative of your function. Okay. Another example is, wala na po siya na kopya. This is now your example. This is y equals x squared plus 7x minus 6 to the power of 5. Okay. So, if you look closely, this is somewhat similar na Japan kaganiya as y equals z to the power of 5. Kanitanan, una nga that is a variable z. So, you can apply power rule Japan. So, the first derivative is, okay, kung the derivative of this one is you have the 5 of z to the power 4. So, applying the concept, this is somewhat similar to 5. Ang atong z lang is atong tibuok, which is the x squared plus 7x minus 6. And the exponent there nga 5 will become 4 na lang dayon. So, this is the derivative of the outside. Kani, derivative lang na siya sa outside. So, i-multiply pa nato what is the derivative of the inside. Kani siya mismo. Derivative of x squared. Derivative of x squared is 2x. Derivative ni 7x is plus 7. Derivative of ni 6 is 0, so no need to write. Okay. So, for this one, simplify further. Okay. Since kani siya, kani is naka-exponent of 4. Pasagdan lang nato na siya. So, we can rewrite that one as x squared plus 7x minus 6 to the power 4. Pasagdan na siya. But kaning 5, pwede nato i-multiply dadto sa 2x o sa 7. So, 5 times 2x, so you will become 10x. 5 times 7 plus 14. Sorry, 5 times, sorry, 5 times 7 is 35. Ang una-una kay times 2. Sorry. Therefore, this is now your final answer. Okay? The chain rule lang is mura siya, lisod lang siya lang tawon, but applying the concept of basic differentiation rule, dayon, always remember nga, derivative of the outside first times the derivative of the inside. Kana dyan. Okay, so let's have a last example. Okay, in your handouts, this is y equals e to the power of 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. Okay. Remember, if the function involves e to the power of x, so you have y equals e to the power of x. Let's say, for example, this one. Okay, so the derivative or the first derivative of the e to the power of x is equal to itself. So similarly, kanisha, you have y equals e to the power of 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. The first derivative of this one is also equal to itself. 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. But since the function, the exponent is another function, so you need to multiply lang dayon the derivative of that function. The derivative of 3x squared is 6x. The derivative of 6x is 6. Okay, so that is now your answer. Or we can rewrite that one as una dapat si 6x plus 6 times e to the power of 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. And this is now your final answer.